The story begins in 1956, within the peaceful confines of their church in Tarascon, France, where Father Maurice and his young apprentice, Jacques, dutifully attend to their daily tasks. However, their tranquility is shattered when a disturbing incident compels them to investigate. To their shock and horror, Father Maurice is inexplicably lifted into the air, his body engulfed in flames. Before a terrified Jacques, the clergyman meets a gruesome demise, succumbing to the raging inferno. Overwhelmed by the terrifying spectacle, Jacques flees the scene, forever haunted by the traumatic events that unfolded in their sacred place of worship. 4 years after the harrowing events, at St. Carpha's Monastery, Sister Irene has taken up her calling within the hallowed halls of a convent in Italy. Meanwhile, Maurice has found employment at a boarding school in France, forging a deep bond with a young Irish student named Sophie, and her teacher and mother, Kate. As the peaceful days pass, Sister Irene experiences a haunting vision, in which Maurice beseeches her for salvation. Troubled by this otherworldly message, she is summoned by the Cardinal to embark on a mission that transcends borders. Her prior experience with a malevolent demon, Valak, becomes the catalyst for her involvement. Irene's destination, Tarascon, a place afflicted by a series of mysterious deaths across Europe, all linked to the sinister presence of Valak. In her journey to confront this evil force, Sister Irene is accompanied by Sister Debra, a young novice, who grapples with accepting the supernatural, including the profound mystery of Christ's presence in the Eucharist. As they delve into the heart of darkness, a chance encounter with a delivery girl bears witness to Valak's sinister machinations. The demon converses with the tormented Maurice, setting in motion a grim chain of events that ends in tragedy. In the quiet town of Tarascon, Irene finds herself tormented by the malevolent presence of Valak, plagued by haunting visions that disrupt her peace. Her growing unease deepens when Sister Debra confides in her, revealing that she received Maurice's rosary from Jacques. Meanwhile, at the local school, young Sophie endures the cruelty of her classmates, who subject her to bullying and heartless act. In a particularly distressing incident, they lock her inside a deconsecrated chapel, isolated and cut off from help. It is within this forsaken sanctuary that a chilling legend takes root. The bullies point out a stained glass window, featuring a goat, claiming that when sunlight filters through, the goat's eyes turn a sinister shade of red, a sign of impending evil. As night descends upon the school, a terrifying encounter unfolds. The headmistress stumbles upon Maurice, who is sleepwalking in a trance-like state. To her horror, she is confronted by Valak, who has taken on the guise of her deceased son. In this dreadful moment, her life takes a sinister turn, and the malevolent entity's presence is laid bare. Irene and Debra's quest takes them to the historic Palais des Papes, where they seek the wisdom of a learned librarian. In their encounter, the librarian unveils the sinister origin of Valak, an angel who was cast out from God's grace. He elucidates that the emblem adorning Maurice's rosary is the very family crest of Saint Lucy, a saint who faced martyrdom at the hands of pagan persecutors. Astonishingly, Saint Lucy defied the flames that consumed her, emerging unscathed. Her tormentors resorted to gouging out her eyes, but remarkably, her family managed to recover them, preserving them as cherished relics. In a chilling revelation, the librarian posits that the demon Valak is on a relentless mission to hunt down and eliminate the descendants of Saint Lucy. The sinister objective is to obtain the ultimate relic, the saint's preserved eyes, possessing extraordinary powers. The last known location of this invaluable artifact was within a former monastery, later transformed into a winery. As the sands of time flowed, the winery metamorphosed into the modern-day boarding school, becoming the epicenter of a deepening mystery. Within the confines of the school, Irene and Debra, confront the nightmarish sight of Maurice, who is now completely under the control of the malevolent Valak. Amid the eerie darkness of the chapel, Sophie guides the two women to the stained glass window, depicting the foreboding goat. With a flashlight in hand, they direct its beam, causing the goat's eyes to eerily glow a sinister shade of red. This crimson illumination serves as a mystical guide, pointing them towards the hidden location of St. Lucy's preserved eyes. Irene follows the spectral trail to uncover the precious relic, unearthing the centuries-old secret. However, as she retrieves the sacred artifact, the stained glass goat, a symbol of evil incarnate, suddenly vanishes from its perch in the chapel. In a bone-chilling twist of reality, the demonic creature materializes in the physical world, ready to unleash its malevolence upon those who dare to challenge its ancient power. Amidst the chaos of the goat's attack on the students, Maurice becomes a menacing threat, pursuing Irene and Sophie, ultimately causing the collapse of the bell tower. In a pivotal moment, Sister Debra confides in Irene, revealing her newfound faith. When Irene attempts to employ the relic against Maurice, it backfires, summoning the malevolent Valak, who mirrors Father Wearer's actions, by lifting Irene into the air and setting her aflame. Miraculously, Irene remains unscathed, as Valak recognizes her lineage as a descendant of St. Lucy, imbued with the relic's power. United in faith, Irene and Debra's prayer invokes the Christian words of institution, transforming the room's old wine barrels into the symbolic blood of Christ and banishing the demon. With Valak vanquished, Irene and Debra free Maurice from possession, ultimately saving his life and bringing an end to the malevolent darkness. The following morning, Irene guides Maurice outdoors and assists him in recovering his senses, their bond strengthened by the previous night's ordeal. Yet, a shadow of concern crosses her face as she observes him rejoining Sophie and Kate and entering the building, a hint of uncertainty lingering in her heart.